Welcome back to the meditation portion of the Lifeyness podcast. Today we're going to be meditating on the nature of your higher consciousness, and I hope it serves as a little retreat from your normal ways of thinking. You can relax your body and expand your perception a little bit simply through my guided words. Let's relax and get into a comfortable position. Begin paying attention to your breath, and let's get started. The divine observer, that's you. You are a divine being, and whether or not this is a belief you hold, which it doesn't have to be, I hope for a few minutes you'll explore the idea. Put your hand on your heart, maybe put a hand on your belly and feel yourself breathe. Try to just identify what you're feeling and what the energy is telling you in your body. Where's there pain? Give each quadrant of your body a little attention. Breathe in and out naturally. Now just fill up, breathing through your belly and your chest, bigger maybe than you normally do through your belly. Fill up and expand, and exhale. One more time. Fill all the way up. And exhale. And keep on breathing like this for a few more times as I guide you through this idea, this concept, and settle in. What I want to consider here is that there's a higher consciousness within you. Maybe you could call it a divine presence, or maybe you don't need to call it anything. Just a higher self who's observing a full presence that can stand aside and shine light on the miracle and the disaster of being human. So, by identifying with this higher self versus that ego that you normally show to the world, by identifying with this light, you can recognize that all these years that you've been alive, whether that's 20 or 50 or 80, it's not that long actually, it's just a blip. Even if you've lived to 100, not much time in the course of human history. But recognize that all these years you may have viewed the world through a problematic lens. You're looking at things through this tangled mess, right? Almost like through these brambles and branches of needs and desires and preferences that you put on the world. Not that there's anything wrong with desire. That's a wonderful thing that brings energy to life. But when your lens is all mucked up and fogged up with all these needs and desires, it's hard to see the world for what it is. But maybe you didn't even know that your ego was just this lens that you could remove. It's this neurotic identity forming that makes us all so discontent. Think of it this way. If you constantly need validation for, let's say, your appearance or a certain income level or earning power, a particular body weight, popularity perhaps, and you set that preference and you say, I want this or I will be miserable, you've made that choice. It means you've built your existence. The only time you have this this presence in this world, right? This consciousness, this small window of time you've been given. You've built your existence on a pile of things kind of outside of your control. It may feel like some of these things are in your control, and maybe some of the things are for a little while. But your ego is going to go crazy trying to protect that identity. And you'll be kept in a state of constant stress. If, on the other hand, you can find a way to lean back into this higher self we've talked about and recognize that all those things you need to happen in all those particular ways, they're simply a random set of qualifications. Maybe it was your family that gave you this random set of qualifications, and you and your society are obsessed with them. But actually, you have the choice to let them go and just participate in life without clinging to a certain age, a certain role, a certain appearance or level of authority. If you never climb up onto that toxic pedestal, then you'll never fall from it. Or, even better, if you allow yourself to climb up onto all kinds of pedestals and precipices and boulders and mountaintops, and you just observe the climbs and the falls with an appreciation of life's impermanence, life's sacred quality, perhaps you will have a better chance of feeling peaceful and connected and content. No grasping or clinging, just the freedom to watch, to observe, to experience the pain, the heartache, the pleasure and joy of being here. You know, we talk a lot about gratitude, but it's really hard to know what that feels like. And so I hope I've been able to paint somewhat of a picture of what that experience feels like to me. It's that realization that I get to be here and witness life as this strange, beautiful consciousness that human beings have, that we don't know where it comes from, where it's a mystery to explain how it works, even to explain how these physical parts of our brain come together and allow us to think about thinking about thinking. So, without getting too deep into that, I think just the appreciation of thinking, the appreciation of seeing and feeling, even when it's painful, that's what gratitude feels like to me. So continue to relax as I read you a brief poem that I think will help you continue that path of seeing, witnessing, appreciating, and beginning again. The title of this poem is A Brighter Pattern. Just go ahead and begin. You will never land until you launch. You will never find the path until the ragged cliffs of the road show you a brighter pattern. just go ahead and pretend to be the artist and the soldier, the priest and the midwife. From the yellow safety of your cave, you will never see the planets. Go ahead and begin. Gather the women around the fire. Ask the hard questions of silver shadow and painted shame. Just go ahead and begin to bloom and to wither with your heart at the doorway and your words in the garden. Okay, begin to wake up your body. I hope you've experienced a little retreat from perhaps the normal ruts of thinking, experienced something different, and were able to get embodied, but also witness that relaxation and that experience from that divine higher power. And if you enjoyed this meditation, especially the poem at the end, I have a link in the show notes to a video that my daughter created from this poem. So I hope you check it out. My daughter, Alexis, was in the first episode of this podcast, and she creates beautiful video essays and prayers and poems. So check that out. And also, please follow me at Book of Lifeyness. Have a playful day and a relaxing evening.